If I could change anything from freshman year, I'd probably try a lot harder in all my classes and actually go to classes and pay attention instead of sleeping.
Why is it important?
Because once you might think it's easy just to sleep in class one day, but then you miss a lot of stuff, and then if you keep skipping school and then not going to class, you keep missing late assignments, and it just keeps up and it adds up, and eventually you're not going to know about the class at all. So
You're going to be behind?
you're going to be real behind and probably be struggling on the classes. It's probably super easy.
Yeah, I would have taken more classes. I was capable of taking more classes, and still kept up what I did in my transcript. I had all A's for 3 years, and I just kind of held back. Didn't really push myself. I pushed myself to the limit, but not totally to where I think I could have gotten.
I would change my study habits. I was terrible. I did not focus at all. And I feel like if I had, everything would be so much easier right now.
I'd actually do my work
Yeah.
because I procrastinated a lot. So that made me fall behind in fail classes and stuff like that.
My freshman year, I would probably change a lot of things. Like, for instance, my, work ethics. I didn't really have that much work ethics my freshman year. And I thought it wouldn't matter because it's my freshman year, and I would just, make up for it my junior year, which is one of the most important years to GPA, right? Actually, my freshman year was probably one of the most important ones because it set how I was going to work, not only my freshman year, but for the rest of my time at Athens High School. My freshman year, I failed human geography for my Miss Yaku's class, yeah. And I lagged behind in her debate class, I lagged behind in biology, and I didn't really study at all. Because after the first couple of weeks, I could get away with it because, I'm not bragging, but I had intellectual, strength about me. But I couldn't study and anything like that because I was just too lazy. And eventually I'll learn that because of that, I was not going to make it past the first year without having to study. So it was too late when I finally figured it out, and freshman year was horrible.
I would definitely change my attitude. Because it wasn't good at all. I slacked off a lot, and I didn't get work done. I skipped a lot, and that's just something that I would want to change.
I would change who I talked to because I was trying to rush into friendships and I made a lot of bad friends. And I thought as a freshman that I wanted a boyfriend all throughout high school, and I started talking to a senior who turned out to be a really bad person. And so I would change a lot of that because that was a lot of heartache and just a lot of damage and a lot of bad choices.
I wish I would have joined a sport. I feel like that's the one thing that I didn't really do that I think would have been a lot of fun. So
I didn't put myself out there a lot freshman year. I was really in my shell, and I kind of just watched all the seniors, kind of watched everyone else get into the swing of high school, and I was still back in middle school mode. So I would definitely change that. I would try to put myself out there freshman year. Not to be one of those annoying freshmen that are just over the top, I'm in high school now, but just try to, adapt to high school. I also definitely did not push myself freshman year. I did the minimum amount of everything, and so if I could just hit the ground running, I think it would be, it would have made my high school career grade-wise a lot better, and extracurricular-wise, I guess.
My work ethic, because I slacked off a lot freshman and sophomore year. It put me behind my junior year.
I would change the procrastination. I procrastinated a lot, didn't turn my working on time, and it affected me in the long run.
I would change my grades because it affected me freshman year, but probably one of my most important years in grades, and now it's just
It made it harder because now I'm trying to get all my classes that I didn't do as well as last year, trying to get them caught up, and it doesn't look good in college when you're retaking classes and you're not getting as high as grades as you should.
You could have already learned it, and then instead of taking another class you could be taking, you're taking one that you should have already taken, and it puts you behind even more.
So as a senior now, how does that affect you?
Well, because I had to take some classes over again because I procrastinated, I'm having to like double up or have more classes than I should.
What about getting into college? Does that make it a little more stressful for you?
Yeah, because like I'm in Pinnacle, so I have to struggle with like Pinnacle classes and then classes that I need for high school, so it's just double the work.
One thing that you can learn from your senior year is that college classes are way out of proportion compared to like normal high school classes, because like a basic college class like college algebra, oh my god, you think it's just normal algebra. No, it's not. It's 1,000 different equations, and if you don't study every single thing in your mind, you're gonna fail. Now I failed this year, and I have to retake it again.
Yeah, if you did really bad your freshman year, you can come back from it, but it'll still hurt you. It'll come back to you. But if you started off really well, then you develop the things that you need early on, and it just becomes habit.
Well, I thought it was important to be good at school because I want to go to college someday, and well, because I don't want to work out in the heat and in the cold like my dad does and stuff. But that's fine.
I'm having to work a lot harder now, and I'm struggling a lot because there's a lot of stuff I didn't learn, and there's a lot of stuff the teachers think I should know, but I don't, so I'm having to struggle a lot and get a lot of help this year.
I would just say turn your work in on time.
If I tell freshmen one thing, is say don't procrastinate. Just get your work on time and just do it. You might not want to, but it'll be worth it once you're done now. Because these 4 years just fly like real fast.
Don't waste time. That's really it. Just don't waste time. You're gonna make bad decisions. Once you make them, you can't, kind of just fall back and keep thinking about it. Just keep going. If you make a bad decision, make up for it. And, just make another right decision and keep doing good things. Help out other people, because if you help out other people, good things will come.
Don't worry about all that social stuff going on, friends, stuff like that. Just really don't worry about all that stuff because it's not important. In the end, what's really important is your schoolwork and your friends. You're gonna see them, but outside of high school, you're not gonna really just need what you talk about. You just focus what you need in your class.
I would say take classes that are kind of challenging instead of just trying to take really easy ones.
Probably that really focus on your stuff and not procrastinate, because that really will affect you a lot.
Take classes that you need to be in, not the ones your friends want you to join, and go home and study, because if you don't study at home, then coming to school you're going to have no change.
Study a lot, and don't stop studying. Don't be lazy. It will rebound you. It'll hit you really hard.
Don't slack off and think that freshman year is easy, because even though you may be taking some easy classes, there's a lot more to it. It sets basically what's going to go on, the rest of your 3 years.
Don't slack off and be good, I guess.
The choices you make freshman year, they're going to affect you all throughout high school. The friendships, the teachers, your grades, the way you act towards your teachers, because you're going to have these people for 4 more years, and it's just the influences you let in and how much you slack. And being a freshman, you think it's like the whole world revolves around you in that grade, but it doesn't. You just need to focus and get over yourself.
I would say don't be afraid to just ask questions and just learn.
Have balance in everything that you're doing. Don't have too much fun if you're going to be in some tougher classes, but then again, don't stress out over everything. Make sure that you're not overwhelming yourself, and just kind of have fun with it.
Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. I know high school is really intimidating, or it can be, but it's really not that bad once you just get out there, do what you like, and honestly, that's just do what you love. If you're not doing what you love, then what's the point in doing it? Find what you like, and if you can't find anything, well, wait till college. college, I guess. I mean, can't really tell anything there.
Stay focused. I know it may be hard your freshman year and that, stress starts coming in because high school really kicks off everything in your life. But just stay focused, keep yourself motivated, keep your head in the game, all that jazz.
I would say just really stay focused, don't get behind, because I've seen a lot of my friends who at the beginning of like their freshman, sophomore year, they kind of put school aside and they didn't care about classes, and then by the time they're a senior, they're like, oh, that's bad because now it's a little too late. So just don't let that happen and don't let it be too late to think.
You have 4 years here, and you need to just start off strong and just finish strong.